Greetings, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another awareness session of Reconstructed Minds Incorporated. And my name is Shantario, aka Brother Midnight. Um, just for the record, I want to say this before I get started in this awareness session. Happy birthday to Johnny Crusher Jackson. Love, honor, and respect to you for being a living example of the vision. Thank you so much for your love and service. Now let us begin. On page 28 in the blueprint, I want to talk about the warning of the vision. The warning of the vision. Beginning at the top of page 28 in the blueprint, it says, warning the written law. Too long have we toyed with the pleasant but unproductive dreams. Now that it is time to deal with the hard facts of our condition. It says, the vision warns us that there are many who hope and pray for our destruction, rather than assist us in our growth and development, which is an ever-evolving process. It says they will lock us away and swallow the key. In their minds, we are classic human beings that are blind to our needs. In other words, they consider us deaf, dumb, and blind. They no longer view our situation as being worthy of our efforts to rehabilitate. In other words, change our destructive pattern of death, incarceration, and recidivism, returning to criminal lifestyle, criminal behavior. It says the vision warns us that in the minds of many, building a prison is comparable to the business of warehousing, with human lives as the commodity in trade. And what does that remind you of? Slavery. They play mental acrobats with us, according to our the awakening chapter, based on our awareness, preparedness, who is the enemy, what is the enemy. Now let's take a closer look at being considered a commodity. A commodity is a product of agriculture or mining, an article of commerce, and something useful or valued. Now, the prison system is big business. There are billions and billions of dollars being invested in building prisons and also filling them up through mental acrobats, through targeting the ghetto youth all across the country, all over the world. Entire communities are rallying in favor of building such warehouses in their areas, like colonial American slaves being delivered to the new owners. These warehouses for ex-human beings are the fashionable thing to build in any rural community. Now, that reminds me of something that I read and studied about this person named Jesus of Lubeck, who was the actual one that was a ship was named after him delivering slaves. The vision warns us that many abandoned farmers have now found relief. Let's build a prison has become the final solution for the economic woes of numerous rural communities. The vision warns us that in prison or in any business, the main objective is to keep an abundant, overcrowded, and contrast recidivism supply of the commodity, poor ghetto youth, that is in demand. So locking people up is a demand now. You know, from a local, state, and federal point of view. They're not giving out small time to those who do crimes. They're locking you away. They're throwing away the key. Now, it says otherwise you will end up with empty, non-profitable warehouses. However, the paradox of prison as big business is now people are given extended sentences. Many are held indefinitely beyond the original stipulations of their sentences under the old law. For a big example, let's use Mr. Larry Hoover, who was guaranteed under the First Step Act, which was established by the former President Donald Trump, to be released. And he continues to fight for his life right to this day. But he's being held under the old crack laws, the old unjust crack laws, which the government never produced any real or raw evidence against him. He was locked up on conspiracy. He say, she say. You know what I'm saying? Words of confidential informants, those who knew him during that time. Now, let's look at this word paradox. Paradox is a statement that seems contrary to common sense and yet is perhaps true. Now, we want to take the common sense approach when dealing with these various warnings concerning the written law and how it plays a pivotal role against us. Okay. Now, it says, however, the paradox of prison is as big as business now. People are given extended sentences. Many are held indefinitely beyond the original stipulations of their sentences under the old law in order to guarantee the employment of friends, families, and constituents of local politicians and legislators. The ploy that these legislators would have the general public believe is that such drastic changes in the law aimed at poor and ghetto youth. One of the main things mentioned in the blueprint is the unwritten law of containment. Will make streets safe and deter crime. This is a farce because crime has not been deterred. The streets are not any safer, and the only real benefactors are the employed farmers of rural America, those who are building up the prisons, those who are voting on building more prisons. Those are the only ones benefiting, you know, because those who are those who are inside of the prisons, who are on their way to prisons, are treated as commodities. Okay. It says, add this to the fact that over 65% of prisoners nationwide are black and Hispanic. 90% are poor. And it seems that America's prisons are fast becoming the final solution to society's social inequities. As black African Americans, our present situation is comparable to the Jews of Hitler's Germany. In order for Hitler to pull off his final solution, he simply changed the law of his country, thereby making it legal for him to imprison the Jews massively. Sound familiar? It should, because that's what's happening to black and Hispanics day in and day out. We're the commodity of the prison system. We are the ones that's doing the agriculture and mining for the prison system. Now, the vision warns us that if no one is made aware of the long-term effect of blatant judicial ploys, generations of poor youth will suffer and perish for years to come. Therefore, the vision is to reverse the negative trend of premature death, incarceration, and recidivism that has wrapped around our youth like a hungry snake. For this reason, the vision has awakened a new concept called Growth and Development. Now, if you read uh, the book cover, it says From Gangster Disciple to Growth and Development. Now, from Gangster Disciple to Growth and Development is a concept, right? Now, from a doctrinal point of view, we want you to understand this. That from a doctrinal point of view, the creed states, which is our belief is our creed, states this: we believe in the concept and ideology of organization. So let's not get these two things confused, because Gangster Disciple represents the old concept. Growth and Development represents a new concept. But you notice the difference. It says concept, not concept and ideology. Concept meaning idea, and ideology meaning the origin of ideas. So we always want to keep in perspective the true essence of growth and development and the teachings of growth and development. So I just wanted to make that clear, crystal clear, for those who may have things confused concerning our doctrine. So in closing, brothers and sisters, let's take heed to the warning of the vision concerning the written law and how it plays a critical role in the lives of our youth, both individually and collectively. Let's pay attention to the signs of the times and make the vision our critical study, so we can continue to grow and develop through study, observation, and application. My name is Brother Midnight. Love, honor, and respect to the leadership. Love, honor, and respect to the divine visions of the leadership. May the master of the vision be praised and honored. Love to you all.